What up, y'all? It's your boy Dawson from D&D TV. Thank you for rating, commenting, and subscribing. Everybody who's donated, those of y'all who will, you know it all goes back into the channel, and I appreciate it. Also, go over to my other YouTube channel, Dawson Speak TV. Make sure you subscribe over there. Now, let's get into this topic. A jury convicted Reverend James Jackson on all 12 counts of child sex abuse as charged. The case stems from 2016, where at least 3 underage girls told investigators that Jackson used his status as a pastor to groom the girls for the abuse. A police report cites that the abuse first started with watching explicit movies and then escalated into sexual acts. Investigators said that the abuse spanned for 3 years and one victim was 12 years old when it began. During the trial, Pastor Jackson took the witness stand, denying all allegations, but the jury disagreed. The judge, Judge John Castronake, stated, "The jury has found you guilty of sexual activity with the child, and I adjudicate you guilty of that offense." Now, Pastor Jackson's ex-wife, Valerie, pled guilty to child neglect charges in May of this year for knowing about the abuse but not reporting it. Now, I'm going to let you all watch these videos and I will be back with the rest of my commentary, and please know I will not hold back.
We are learning that alleged abuse spanned over the course of about 3 years. We're also learning many of those claims too explicit for TV. 2 former Palm Beach County pastors are accused of betraying trust and preying on young girls. Both Reverend James Jackson and his now ex-wife Valerie took the stand stemming from a 2016 arrest, where 3 underage girls told investigators James Jackson had sex with them. The police report says, quote, one victim described sessions where Jackson began grooming her by showing her explicit movies. Jackson's ex-wife pleaded guilty to child neglect charges earlier this year for knowing about the abuse but not reporting it.
And I did notice a change in her. So I thought that, I don't know, I should have.
Did you think anything would happen? You said you were scared.
In turn, she testified against him Tuesday in court, describing the first time she knew about the claims.
The first time was when he had us massaging him, and it was normal.
Jackson took the witness stand in his own defense, denying all allegations of having sex with the 3 underage teens.
No, ma'am.
If convicted, he could spend years behind bars.
An unfathomable violation of trust. A Palm Beach County pastor found guilty of having sex with underage girls. CBS 12's Chuck Weber was there for the verdict and is live now at the courthouse with what's next for everyone involved. Chuck?
Matt, when these young women testified here at the courthouse, you could tell it was difficult for them, reliving a nightmare, but now prosecutors say at least the victims have justice in the legal system.
These girls have really had to go through so much in what happened in this case.
It was always about the victims, say prosecutors. Now the man who sexually exploited the girls is a convicted felon. Pastor James Jackson today found guilty of 11 counts of having sex with underage girls, the youngest, starting when she was 12. The arrest of both Jackson and his ex-wife Valerie shocked the community. The Jacksons were both pastors with a local ministry, including a youth organization. During the trial, the victims and ex-wife Valerie said Mr. Jackson's counseling session, supposedly to make better wives, escalated to Jackson having sex with the underage girls. Jackson's defense team claimed the victims' stories were all so similar they had to be made up, even offered possible motives for fabricating such tales. But jurors didn't buy it, believing the victims instead.
And we're just grateful to the jury that they finally get to get justice.
James Jackson is facing potentially decades behind bars when he's sentenced at the end of February. Some of these were first-degree felonies. Several of them were. As for Valerie Jackson, the ex-wife, she earlier pleaded guilty to knowing about but not reporting the sexual activity. She's to be sentenced next month. Live in West Palm Beach, Chuck Weber, CBS 12 News.
Thanks, Chuck. I'll take it from here. All right, y'all, let's go in. Now, first of all, before I go in, let me say this. I hope those girls get the help they need, the counseling they need to get over this stuff, because the residue of sexual abuse does stay with you mentally. And I hope they get the help they need to overcome this and to be able to go on and live happier, healthier lives, and use this incident to help other young girls. I mean, that's how y'all turn the tables. Don't sit there and wallow in it and beat yourself up and be mad. You turn the tables. You talk about it. You start an organization. And so I just wish those young girls all the best. But let me say this. I know some of y'all felt sorry. Well, I'm sure not my audience, because y'all know we smell BS a long way. We could smell all of that. When Pastor Valerie, because she was a pastor to the pastor's ex-wife, First Lady Valerie, as they called her, when she pulled out that prayer cloth on that stand and those fake crocodile tears, she wanted the people in court to feel sorry for her. I don't feel nothing for you. And you need to go down next month when they sentence you, just like your husband. You pled guilty in May, and part of your plea deal was to turn on Pastor Jackson. But I hope you get the same treatment next month when they sentence you, because they just talked about the part where you told the girls about massaging your husband. Oh yeah, I knew when we were massaging, and then she pulled out that prayer cloth. What you all don't know is that not only when this case first came out, she told the girls, this is how you touch him in certain places in order to get his penis erect. This is what she told underage girls, and the youngest one being 12 years old. This is what you do to please my husband. And you think pulling out a prayer cloth on the witness stand gonna make us feel sorry for you? No, you deserve everything you're going to get next month, and so does he. Now, let me say this. Pastor Jackson said he didn't do it, but all of the little girl's testimony, the evidence shows that he did. And when I started reviewing this case, there was also between this couple something that happened in 2000 that was never prosecuted between Pastor Jackson and Valerie Jackson, another child abuse case. And then there was something in 2013, according to the police reports. So you mean to tell me you have these people who are pastor and first lady, and they can start these after-school programs and all of these organizations that many of you send your children to, and no one can vet these people who are over these programs? You can't go in and see who's teaching your children at these after-school programs, these mentoring programs, these athletic programs? Now, one thing that also upset me about this whole thing is that when the pastor and his wife got arrested, when the charges first came out, news reporters and the police investigators, they found out that this couple, Pastor Valerie and her husband, moved around in the community a lot, and they went from church to church. And I was wondering, why were they going from church to church? They were starting these after-school charitable organizations in order to lure children into their organization for the perverted acts that they did on these children. Both of them pedophiles. And that they held seminars about how to build strong marital relationships. And they broadcast that on websites, and they sent out flyers to other churches to get people, gullible people who sit up in the church, to come to these seminars so you can listen to two pedophiles tell you how to have a better marriage. Two pedophiles gonna teach y'all how to build a strong marital relationship. That's the seminars that they had in West Palm Beach. And so that's why when I look at people who put stuff on Instagram and Facebook and all this social media, and even on YouTube, about this is what we're talking about, how to build strong men, how to build this kind of woman, how to build God-fearing women, how to stay saved, single, and satisfied. Well, you can't tell her to stay saved, single, and satisfied if every other year you turn around, she having the kids and she not married. She's satisfied, all right. She's somebody satisfying her. How is it that you can tell people all of this stuff, oh, how to build stronger relationships, but you got women in the church, not one woman, women who can tell you the anatomy of your husband, because some of them have slept with your husband, or not even that, women in the community. of men in the community, of people who have slept with your wife. And that's why I was having this conversation with people the other day, and I was like, marriage basically now is a joke because everybody is cheating. Everybody has these little extracurricular things on the side, both men and women. And then people want to come lay hands on you and tell you how you need to live and how your marriage should be, and tell you you need to be a strong woman of God and stand by your husband. You don't stand by your husband if he have DCD. My audience know what DCD is. That nigga got dedicated community dick. Why you gonna stand beside somebody who everybody has your husband penis in the community? Community diseases, you want that? Same thing with women. She's only with you for the money and being a gold digger? Come on, y'all. You smarter than that. And when I was reading that on this couple right here, it made me think. You all have to look beyond the flashy clothes, beyond the flyers and the pamphlets, beyond the seminar and this guest speaker is coming. That don't mean nothing. Some of them people pay all the money for having these guest speakers come to their church. And those guest speakers don't know how these people living. They don't know that the pastor and his wife marriage is on the rocks. That the pastor got illegitimate kids. They don't know that. So you all are so mesmerized by the billboards. And then when you see them blasted on television by the news reporters in your community, all y'all want to say is let's pray. And when people on YouTube or anywhere else, the news people get the story, oh, this the devil is busy. No, the devil ain't busy. Your pastor is a freak. Your pastor is a pedophile. And the first lady is a freakette. She's perverted. She's nasty. But don't touch the man of God. That's the woman of God. Oh, I'm going to touch all on these topics. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. I'm the only person on YouTube who come on almost all my videos and tell you if you don't like it, unsubscribe. Because when it comes to the kids, I don't care who it is, you're not going to be able to mess with the kids and pull out some scriptures. Don't touch my pastor. The hell with you and your pastor. They rape the kids, so we raking them over the coals with these stories. Y'all go off in the comments. Take care of yourself and each other. This is your guy, Dawson. I am who I am today and every day. And if you don't like it, you need to get away off my channel. Please go off in the comments. Tell me exactly what you think. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But when it comes to the kids, y'all know we don't play on those topics over here. Oh, and another thing, let me say this. Many of you have come over here and you see the subscriber count, you see the people commenting, you see the thumbs up, the, people, really into the channel. And I appreciate that. I do. For the people who understand what I do on here and you resonate with it, I appreciate you. But for those of you who are so caught up in subscriber counts and all of this and wanting to be seen on YouTube and just you don't have nothing to say, you just want to be seen. Let me tell you people something. I see the numbers. I'm grateful for all the support, the people who donated. Y'all know I really appreciate that. I appreciate people who contribute. But let me tell you something. All of that is wiped out of my mind when I get letters like I got this week from a young man who told me, dog, you talking to me. I'm married, I have kids, but I was molested and I'm still living with the stuff you talked about in that video every day as a married man. And I can't talk to nobody about it. When I get comments like a young boy who wrote me and said I was molested by my stepfather, and I told my pastor and his wife, but they shunned me because my stepfather was a part of the ministry. He was the armor bearer for the pastor. And my mom, the boy said he told his mom told him, if I tell the police, if we go to the police and tell them this, we ain't gonna have nowhere to live. Those are the people why I do this show. That's why Dawson and Denise and Dawson Speak TV exists, for real people with real issues. And for you people who sit in the church and you play in the church and you know how to play church, but you don't have power and you can't take it when somebody come out real like me. I ain't even got to tell y'all to get out the way. God will put y'all out the way because you can't stop this. Because the people have spoken. And they want the Dawson, because the Dawson listening to God ain't gonna tell them the truth. You want performance. You want it to go back to you. That's what it is. You jealous of the comments, you jealous of the views, you jealous of the subscribers. And my thing to you is if you want them, come get them. I don't own these people. See, I have a different perspective than you. You chasing popularity. Come and get them. People hurting. People committing suicide every day. Women and men getting into murder suicides happening every day. And you talking about ain't no content on YouTube. Ain't no content for you to talk about. You got a ministry and you just sending out e-blasts. No, start your ministry on Facebook Live. Talk about real issues people are going through. That's where your ministry at, girl. That's where your ministry at, boy. Talk about real issues. Quit playing with people. Quit having these shouting contests. Because people will shout all around the church and go right out and have extramarital affairs. And they know how to play the game of church. And you ain't got no power. That's why people don't listen to you. That's why people, they could take Dawson saying these little cuss words here and there, because behind the message, you know it's just passion for the people. People get, it just really bothers me that people, we live in a time now, people, pastors, people who got big mega churches, they don't care about people. And when you don't care about the people, your ministry, your purpose has already failed. Because it should always be about the people. And sometimes we have these people who have narcissistic personalities in our churches, leaders over us, people you follow on social media. And because, oh, they have a nice gospel album, or they know this celebrity and they know this, oh, and he preaches here and he this, and they dress good, they look good. That don't mean nothing when you having suicidal thoughts. Because as they preach and keeping you from attempting suicide, come on. We're going to be real over here. You the one who's stay in a relationship where a man can beat you and you stay in there for the sake of what everybody in the church going to think. Oh, and the pastor prayed for us and I'm just waiting for our change to come. Ain't no change gonna come. The nigga beat you last year. He gonna beat you this year and he gonna beat you next year if you don't change. You walked in the relationship, you can walk out the relationship. Remember, we don't fall in love, we walk in love. And when the love is gone, you can walk right up out of there. Waiting for your change to come and he's kicking you, beating you down to the ground. Waiting for your change to come. Then brought you back every STD it is. Then had children while he was married with you with other women. Betrayal. Humiliation. And he knows or she knows that they can do it to you, so they do it to you because you'll take anything off of anyone just to have somebody. But the thing is, you don't even have yourself. You have lost yourself behind a man or some woman. And as we go into 2019, let me tell y'all something. Y'all better start loving yourself, because people will treat you any kind of way when they know that they can. Family members, friends, husbands, wives, when they know you don't love yourself, when they know that you got some self-esteem issues, people will walk all over you. That's why I always tell y'all, take care of yourself and each other. But the most important thing is take care of yourself. You take care of everybody else and you're depleted emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, and some of you physically. Your body's going down because you'll do stuff for everybody else, but you don't do nothing for yourself. And the first person who comes and give you a little bit of attention, oh, you head over heels for him. Everything, I give myself away. I give myself to you. Come on now. Gotta be smarter. 2019 and beyond. No, right now and beyond. Gotta be smarter, man. You deserve love. Yes, we all do. But you don't deserve nobody giving you some what they think is love. As long as they can manipulate you and walk all over you and you treat you like trash. That's not love. That's not love. Y'all take care of yourself. 2019 for some of y'all gonna be a journey of self-discovery and loving yourself in your 30s and 40s. And you'll really love yourself because you keep repeating the same stuff over and over again that you should have learned 10, 20 years ago. Y'all take care of yourself. I'm out. Peace.